Okay, everyone. This is a restart of our Tuesday Ask a Leader. And Phil and I apologize. It's actually me. I take full responsibility for not, for preempting Jeremy this morning. And I hope he'll take next week for us, or we'll be back on for Ask a Leader. And I posted a clip from a talk that Phil gave a few weeks ago that talked about, what is USANA and what do we say today? Because we've come, USANA has gone through many changes in the product lines, and how do they all integrate? So anyway, I'm gonna, Phil's gonna say a few words about that. And if you haven't listened to it, and it's a very short clip that I posted, it's like, a couple minutes. But I'm gonna turn this over to Phil.
Yeah, basically, Penny and I get asked questions a lot, and I would say the single most asked question today, and it comes from, I believe, being in business for over 25 years and having a lot of people come in over that number of years when we were, expanding the product line, and we introduced a new skin health line. Recently, we've introduced intelligence technology into the micronutrient line. I think that some people that have been around a long time are a bit confused about what truly USANA is today. It's like, what is the message? And then there are new people that may have come in, let's say, when Celavive was introduced, and that was the main focus and the reason they came in, and they were unaware of the other major product lines, the micronutrient line and the food lines. So we get asked that question: are we a food line? Are we a supplement line? Are we a skin care company or skin health company? And then once we start to get into that, it's, well, what makes us different from someone else? So I decided to really look into this and come up with something. I talked to Brian Dixon and some of the scientists at USANA about this, because I think what's really important is that if we're going to talk about what USANA is and distinguish it from other companies, we have to have a very simple, concise, and yet scientifically accurate message. And so that's the task at hand. We've been working on this, spending some time with USANA scientists, coming up with ideas. And one of the things, and I think if you were to say, what is USANA today? The one thing that we are is a cellular nutrition company, a comprehensive cellular nutrition company that focuses on optimizing cell function so that the human organism, which is comprised of trillions of cells, can function optimally. And we are one of the few companies in the world that focuses on that, whether it be skin health through, say, the Celavive line, whether it's to supplement food, whether you're an athlete or someone on a weight management program, or someone who just is on the go all the time and wants a healthy, quick meal. We have created a food line, all focusing again on cellular health. And then the all-important and foundation of the company initially through Dr. Wentz's research, which is the micronutrient line, where we've introduced intelligence and some cell signaling components. But to arrest any confusion that people have, we are not specifically a cell signaling company. We employ the latest scientific advancements, proven scientific advancements in the field of cell signaling. We are not just a microbiome company, yet we have done extensive research and have hired a brilliant scientist recently at USANA, Rachel Brewer, who we've spoken to quite a bit, and she is really on top of the world of microbiome research. But that doesn't mean we're a microbiome company. It means we have recognized as a corporation the important new research regarding the microbiome and how it relates with us as an organism, and have done our own research and have verified existing research and are working in that area. So we present that to the cells. So again, we are a cellular nutrition company focusing on optimization of cellular function, cellular health, the benefits of which create an organism, a human being, which has greater vitality, better health, better quality of life. It allows us to employ one of the facets that Penny and I feel are really important. And we usually talk about the checklist of living a healthy life. And number one is to eat the healthiest diet that you can, as organically oriented and fresh food oriented as possible. Number two is to exercise routinely. For Penny and myself, that's 5 to 6 times a week, at least. We believe that that's vital. Move your body. It doesn't have to be intense bodybuilding type exercise. It doesn't have to be training for an Ironman competition. It just means moderate exercise, both resistance and cardiovascular, at least 3 times a week. 5 is better, but at least 3 times a week. And then the third thing is realize how important rest is, getting adequate rest. You have to recover from any kind of exercise or just life in general. That's why we sleep. So getting adequate rest and sound sleep, very, very important. And then consciously try to reduce stress in your life, really important. We all live in a very stressful time, probably one of the most volatile times. I'm almost 75 years old, so in 3/4 of a century, this is one of the most volatile times I can ever remember living in. And so I think that's extremely important. And then finally, know the absolute necessity, proven scientific necessity, that you supplement your diet and supplement your life. You cannot live optimally in the world we live in today, in my personal opinion, based on what I've read and discussed with many scientists, is you cannot live in the world today and optimize your lifestyle and create the vitality you want without supplementing your diet. And that's where USANA comes in as a foundational support of all the things we've just talked about. So we're here today. We'll be happy to answer questions. One of the things I'll just close with is, what I just laid out to you is what got Penny and I excited almost 25 years ago about USANA, and has kept us excited today, keeps us going. Even at in our senior years, it's still very, very much a part of our lives and our lifestyle. And that USANA lifestyle can be translated into a marvelous business. I mean, a tremendous business. And we can attest to that in our own lives. And that opportunity is still out there. It's now available in many, many different ways that weren't available when we first started. There are many different generations now, considering a company is 25 years old. We're speaking to, pre-millennials to millennials to right on up through, the baby boomers, and then those of us who were pre-baby boomers, which is myself. And we are all can benefit from this, but we might want to get our information, and we might have different questions. We might want to get information in different ways. And there are the use of social media, some of the programs that are happening around USANA now. Michael Callejas has a wonderful training program on social media. And then, it's still back to basics, 101 USANA. How do you do a presentation? And the first and most important thing is to understand what the company is and how to differentiate it from other companies, because there are so many more in the marketplace. And then finally, how to explain this in a way that people can understand. So with that, we're here all day. If you have questions about the company, its products, the business. We're happy to answer them as best we can, and if we don't have the answers, we'll certainly look for them and get them for you. Thanks.
And the other thing I want to add, I just heard actually over the weekend a statistic that was pretty alarming. It came from a friend of ours who's been a long-time USANA associate, who's a data guy. And he said that he recently read a study that it was fewer than 15% of our population meets the 5 basic standards for health. And these had, and I'm not going to go into it. I don't even remember the specifics really about the 5. I know one of them is blood pressure.
Cholesterol.
One of them is cholesterol. One of them is,
Level.
there's like a homocysteine level. These are like basic levels. So I remember him saying like blood pressure was something where they said under 130, over 80, something like that. The standard was shocking to me in terms of, what they were looking at. And then to find out that less than 15% of our population meets those basic things. And we know that it really takes 150 minutes a week of moderate exercise to really maintain your physical body. So 150 minutes a week. So however you play that out, but it has to be moderate. And moderate, in my mind, is that you can be on a treadmill or you can be on an exercise bike. And I was reading about this, a definition of moderate, which is kind of funny. They said, you can carry on a conversation, but you cannot sing a song. So the other day I was in the gym and I was actually quietly playing around with this because you don't want to disturb the others in there. But actually, it is really a good gauge to see if you could carry on a conversation or if you could sing a song. And if you can sing a song, you're not going at it hard enough. So pick it up a little. And I just also want to thank all of you, Carolyn, Eileen, Sheila, who have joined us on the call today. Sorry that we did the quick start and stop with it. The other thing Phil mentioned, and I always love to give people, to inspire people to realize that exercise, you don't have to go to the gym. It's available anywhere. And I was just looking, I want to grab this. So, this is this dates us, right? This is celebrating the 20th anniversary year for USANA. I still use this water bottle. Anyway, so you have a water bottle. You carry a water bottle around. There's weight associated with a water bottle. And you can do things, you can do a shoulder raise with a water bottle, right? Just that kind of a thing. And if you are in a job or if you find yourself where you're sitting, which is now the new smoking, just pick things up that are all around you and move some of your muscles. That's all you have to do. Just start to create some resistance in what you're doing. For some people, maybe you don't need any resistance at all because just lifting your arm up over your head, you can realize that even that is creating some resistance for you. So anyway, hi William for joining. So Phil and I, we're here for the rest of the day. I'll keep we're not going to be live for the rest of the day, but we will be available to answer you.
We will be alive.
We'll be alive. We hope we'll be alive for the rest of the day. Chances are we will be. So anyway, you can continue on with the thread. We'll check in on your questions. Have a great day. Bye.
Thanks.